And hello again, my friends. 12:15 p.m., September 28th, 2024. Now, I've been checking out YouTube about human trafficking, about pimps, how they lure people into prostitution and so forth, hotels, motels, blah, 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 and so forth. But I want to talk about prostitution, human trafficking going on in community housing establishments, which unfortunately is happening here in this building on my floor. Well, coincidentally, there are nurses. So let's talk about that right now. Now, this person who's self-proclaimed former prostitute is basically still doing that. I mean, why else would someone walk in the hallway with a lingerie on? And the cameras caught that too as well. And it's been more than enough time she's done that. She's not going Lulu. She has too many men going there. I mean, come on, do the math. It's obviously prostitution going on here. Obviously. And of course, a place where there's no cameras as well. So the thing is I want to talk about is how these prostitutions, these human trafficking rings start in community housing. As a witness to these activities here, and nothing's being done about it, primarily due to racism and hearsay and their lies protecting themselves. Let's start at the very bottom of the tree. Like they're friendly, and if you think about it, a prostitute basically hustles people. A prostitute is always nice, always kind. It's a job to be nice because they're prostituting. They have to keep the customer satisfied, obviously, and of course they're going to be nice. Prostitute, they have to be nice in order to get the customers hooked in. So of course they're going to be nice. I'm proud to say I'm kind of an asshole. And my neighbor across the hall probably thinks the same thing too, we're assholes. And there's nothing wrong with that. And if you're an asshole, then you're not obviously catering to anybody's wants or needs and so forth. We speak the truth. But yeah. They'll be nice. They'll offer you drinks. They'll try to cuddle up to you. You got to think about it. Think about how the prostitute thinks. They basically are nice. They invite everyone into the place. They go around hustling people, introduce themselves to everyone in the building if they can. They try to feel people out in the building. Who is possibly a good John? Who is possibly a danger? Who is possibly a whistleblower? And so forth. They feel people out. That's what they do. First, they feel people out in the whole building, which does not happen overnight. It can take months for a prostitute to or a human trafficker to feel out the people in the building. If they do drugs, if they're weakness drugs, if they used to do drugs, so they try to seduce them to go back and do drugs. That's what these people do. They focus on the past if they did drugs before. And if they can, they will get you back into it. And this is one person in particular has done with my ex-boyfriends who did have problems before and they got them rehooked. So yeah, that's one of the things about how these people work. They work on your addictions. They work on previous addictions. And they do anything to seduce you back into it. That is one of the things about these people. And they will try to work that. And they will not try to make you a better person. They will not tell you to go to community counseling. They won't tell you to try positive stuff to help yourself. And for God's sakes, do not go in the private establishment where you will be at their mercy, basically. But of course, they will be nice. I mean, think about it. A prostitute, a human trafficker, a drug trafficker, or someone trying to get you into human trafficking or prostitution, of course they'll be nice. It won't happen overnight. It's a stage. Stage 1, the friendship. Stage 2, they ask questions about. They buddy up with you. Stage 3, they try to find personal details of your past. Like, do you have a history of addictions? Do you have a weakness? Like, for whether it be alcohol, whether it be drugs, or whatever, and then work on that to get you back into that addiction deeper. Your current addiction or your previous addiction. They will not try to get you a better person. They will not discourage you from your past drug use. They will encourage it. As with me, they encouraged my alcoholism really badly. One of them did. But they never got me in prostitution, but that's the past anyway. I experienced violence and everything toward me when our friendship shattered, and so forth. Anyways, I got new glasses. It's out. Now I can see the chats. Please wait while we try to connect you. Okay. The chat was disconnected, but now it's connected now, apparently. Let's check it out. And as for the neighbor who's been assaulted by the other neighbor down the hall, who's drug trafficker, unfortunately, who is very, very racist toward us, obviously. If they were good people and she was paraded around the apartment, the hallway, in her lingerie, but sticking out, if they were good people, they would say, hey, cover up. Next door neighbor and the guy around the hall. They didn't say F all. Drug dealer, drug trafficker, come on. Give me a break. Violent guy. Beat the crap out of indigenous people, Inuit people. Give me a break. 3 people in the past few years got beat up by this guy. So this guy's obviously racist. Not just women, but for just generally indigenous people. And the thing I want to also comment on this weekend of Truth and Reconciliation, like the way the children were abused and targeted and so forth. These predators will be nice to your face. The drug traffickers will. The prostitutes will. I mean, think of it's the same lines of abuse and so forth. Like in residential schools, the way they abuse people, they have power over them because they're forced to be there, of course. And the same thing with the human traffickers. So it's the same kind of concept, human traffickers. They get you isolated, they control you, they abuse you, they might beat you up and everything. And if you, so forth and so forth. In my case, I've been beaten up because I'm trying to speak the truth against these people. So because I am trying to speak out against drug trafficking and human trafficking and racism toward indigenous and Inuit people, I get beat up because of that. I am proud to say I'm just a happy alcoholic. Sometimes not. Depends. And I talked to this Inuit gentleman who was also assaulted by the neighbor down the hall as well. The male version of the female version. The male guy, and there's a female, troublemaker as well. And yeah. It's very a shock to the system to come to Canada. He doesn't like cooking because he's a cook for his family all the time, he was saying. So some kind of negative reinforcement happened there along the way. Family issues, I don't know why, but he doesn't like to eat alone, so he treats out breakfast, which is very nice of him. Meg Witch, my friend. Very, very good heart. Used to do drugs, almost died twice, doesn't do it anymore. And advise him to stay the hell away from that girl, from that prostitute down the hall, the drug who does drugs and encourages that use as well toward her. How should I put it? Inmates? Inmates. Well, they might as well be inmates, if you're stupid enough to go there and be put in the prison bars of drugs and everything, all that. That's your problem. You chose going there to be an inmate. And she got you. Once you're in there, you're a prisoner for life or a long time, unless you make a jailbreak from that No good little prostituting, little drug addicted, drug influencing, evil person, in my opinion. Um, so we're talking about how prostitutes and human traffickers and drug traffickers get you in. That is one of the things. They be your buddy, they feel you out. They first try to find out if you have previous addictions or addictions currently, and they will try to reinforce that to get you in control, to mess you up, to control you, and get you deeper into their own world. That's one of the things they do. And a lot of these people, like human traffickers, drug traffickers, sometimes they go hand in hand. And the only thing I can think of to put some things in check against the ODs, against the drug trafficking and so forth. I'm not sure, like get some regular drug tests for these suspects of human trafficking, drug trafficking. And if you have anything to hide, you will refuse. If you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to hide. So you'll accept. But yeah. They'll be nice. They'll give you stuff and everything. They'll smile in your face. They'll be kind and everything, all that. Say, how are you doing? They'll pat you in the back, make an open kind of affection display toward you. But in reality, you have no idea what they're capable of. And prostitutes will prostitute, and all these people going back and forth the place. Her parading around the hallway in her fucking lingerie. The other two denying that, of course they do, because they're into the drugs and the prostitution. Human traffickers, drug traffickers go hand in hand usually, so you got to do the math. The main thing is, hopefully this party's going to be diverted tonight. She can badmouth me and call me a bitch all she wants. Maybe she wants to die. She doesn't give a damn. Emma dies. She has all these people going to the place all the time, total strangers. The risk is very high for ODs. So I do not want to see that in our community housing anymore. So yeah. The main thing is doesn't happen overnight. When a prostitute or human trafficking ring or drug trafficking ring, they are friendly toward everyone in the whole building. They feel you out. And once there's an addiction linked and they get established into that, oh yeah, then watch the bridges burn. Watch that burn. I'm just very happy my Inuit friend upstairs with me does not do drugs anymore because I almost killed him twice. I warned him about the girl in 213. The other two on this floor, I'm going to hang out with her. It's their business. It's their risk. It's their life. But it is trouble down the line. If you guys ever want to get your lives in order, stay away from a person like that. Stay away from the drug trafficking. Stay away from the human trafficking. Stay away from the prostitute. Just stay away from them. But if you choose that lifestyle, there's nothing to do to stop you. Nothing anyone can do to stop you. But if trouble arises, police get involved and you happen to be there, well, then you're going to be next in the ring for the troublemaker department. Let's put it that way. Like, this person is spreading lies about me too. I was walking down to get my garbage out, and I heard her through the door talking to other people about me, saying that I was a whore. Like, this is a whore? Yeah, she is. Spreading lies about me. That's defamatory remarks, and I do not respect that. I do not like that. And the truth of her prostitution ways shall be revealed. I cut cans when I'm broke. I mean, I'm almost broke already. an OW, Ontario Works, and disability, but it's very, very tough with the bills and everything, all that. That's why I have to cut cans on certain days. But even then, it is dangerous too because of the predators out there. You need to record everything behind you, which I have, thank God. I got a little camera, which I'll put behind me on my back, thank God. So that's a good thing that counts mainly. It's the main thing that counts. And yeah, for women, it's very dangerous. There's someone I know who was attacked overnight. She's in her 70s. She's an inspiration for me. And she basically was attacked during the night when she was collecting cans. But she fought back. She's a kick-ass, do not mess with me kind of woman. Cheers to her. And I respect her tremendously, and she's inspiration for me. Not that I recommend anyone to can collect, and women to can collect overnight. Too dangerous. Very dangerous for people who are not experienced. Very dangerous for people who are experiencing threats toward them, like my neighbors have been threatening me before. And I'm just wondering why all of a sudden they're huggy, wuggy, and everything like that now. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. All the times got beat up and all the times got threatened and harassed was because I was reporting the prostitution, the drug trafficking going on here. And yeah. It's almost like a blackmail attempt. Like, if you report us, you can beat up regular basis kind of thing. And wow, to come, that much of a person scared to be from my own life to protect them. I guess I am. The violence toward me, inflicted toward me, the racism, and everything, the obstacles to get transferred out here, and so forth, is provable enough. So yeah. Yeah. The prostitutes, if someone new comes in the building, be very observant. If they ask you about history and they try to find out any past histories of addictions or current addictions, be very, very careful not to disclose that too much. As they may be predators, maybe prostitutes, maybe human traffickers, drug traffickers, God knows what. Especially if you have no job. Like, this person has so many things that she's been given. It's impossible for anyone only to speed up all these things, despite family or not. Even OCH member gave her something, she said. The one who's cuddling up to her and calling the police or security on me for having pizza outside. Hint, hint, hint. But, yeah. What's wrong with the picture? Why cuddle prostitution? Why cuddle drug trafficking? Why support violence against Indigenous people, Inuit people? Why was the guy not evicted? Why was my ex-boyfriend evicted for one minor infraction? I'm not sure what infraction was, but why a guy is violent, not evicted, and other people are. And I'm finding out more and more that other people have been evicted for less reasons than violence. My person of violence toward Indigenous people is still staying here. Drug trafficking, prostitution. Why are those people still remaining? Especially violence toward people. And the Quebec police know who I'm talking about as well. As well as his community housing, as well as the local community police and police force, you know who I'm talking about. And if he's watching now, he knows I'm talking about him too. And yeah. Hopefully the party's diverted for tonight. She was bad-mouthing me like crazy yesterday, early on. I mean, call me a B word so many times because I spoke against the party going on and, new people coming and possible OD happening. Stop being a huffy little, pissy little child. Grow up. Be responsible. Stop being a prostitute. Stop being a pimp. Stop being a human promoting prostitution. Stop being a homewrecker. Stop destroying people's lives. Do the right thing. And that's the main thing that counts. So when someone new comes in your building, be careful if they seem to be too probing into your past. It's none of their business. Be careful about their friendliness. Prostitutes do that. Of course, it's going to be nice. So you just got to be careful. Keep your guards up. Don't let any intimate details. Identity fraud is high on the rise, too. These prostitutes are criminals usually, with drug traffickers, gang members possibly as well, in a few cases. But identity fraud will be a case. So please do not disclose information, your personal information, too much to them. Make sure don't go and wash them with them there if they're new. Believe me, they'll check in the envelopes, they'll get your name. Identity fraud is another on the rise as well. And these prostitutes are criminals as well. Some of them might be, definitely are criminals. Identity fraud is on the rise. Be careful of your stuff, because they'll try to get an identity and steal an identity and give it to their pimps or drug traffickers or whatever. And identity fraud, as a result, will commence as well. So if anyone new comes in your building, please keep your eyes open. Please be careful. Watch your ID and everything, all that. And yeah. Because prostitutes are usually with drug traffickers, human trafficking, and criminals, identity fraud. Watch your back about that. ID is very important, and that is on the rise. And yeah, so forth. Just be careful out there. A lot of bad people out there. And there's a lot of prostitution going on in community housing, more than you think. Not just here on my floor. Welcome to my hell world. Spreading lies about me. Nope. Protecting the prostitute. Protecting the drug dealer. Protecting the violent, racist person who was assaulted. Me, not only me, caught on camera, but another person who's in it as well, for no reason at all. There's a karate kick to the chest, both of us. Nope. And the town worker coddles these criminals as well. Block me and protect the criminals. Well, we'll see about that. So, yeah, please be careful out there. Anyone new coming in your building, be wary. Don't invite them to your place. Go and common room. Sure, give them pool with them. That's fine. Have a cup of coffee with them. Don't invite them to your place. When you go to wash them, even, or have you back to them. How fast these people can operate in checking your identity, getting your number. Because usually prostitution, it goes with criminality. And yeah. So my experience with this person down the hall and the violence from the guy down the hall and the drug dealer, yeah. Racism is definitely involved in our case. But I do not want to see anybody else victimized, especially immigrants. Immigrant friends, protect your children. Be careful who you talk with, and so forth. Please do not let your child be babysat by someone who associates with a known prostitute and drug trafficker. And I'm talking specifically to this woman and her kid in the building when we transfer to a new place. I do not want to see that child exposed to drug trafficking or someone who associates with somebody who known drug traffic and prostitute. And yeah, that's one thing I'm mainly concerned of as well, this child. Because this one girl always hangs around this known prostitute and this known drug trafficker and so forth. People who are bad influences. I hope to God she does not babysit for this kid, because I'm very concerned about possible human trafficking as he gets older or something. You got to be careful with these kind of people. You have to. So anyways, that's about it. Talk to members of this community housing are calling up to these criminals too as well, unfortunately. But they will also be entwined in this situation as well. So, yeah. Beware of new people coming in. Watch your identity. Meet them in public places. Do not let them babysit your kids. Know how friendly they are. Do not do that. Especially when involved with someone who is known for a past history of abuse, drugs, and prostitution. and so forth. That's about it. Make witch. Take care of yourselves, and please be very careful of who you trust. Have a good Saturday afternoon now. It's afternoon now. Time flies in the morning. So make witch. Take care. Love you all. Happy truth and reconciliation, and so forth. Make witch.